how can we as Muslims in the West be a force of good without being accused of terrorism, invading, and taking over? I'm a Western labor, so frustrated that visibly as Muslims equals suspicion.
With regards to how you can avoid being accused of terrorism or of trying to take over or something like this goes to what I was talking about in one of my other recent videos, which is you can't determine what you're going to do based on their reaction and whether they will accept it or not, or whether they will be hostile to you or not, because their hostility is based on their characteristics, not yours. So all you can do is what your religion requires of you. Do what you're supposed to do, and don't worry about. I mean, Allah tells you so many times, don't worry about the blame of the blamers. I wouldn't be bothered about this at all. Although I know it makes life difficult, but this is part of the barakah that you will get and the ajr that you will get from adhering to the deen in a place that's hostile to you. But you don't actually have a choice, and your choices are not dictated by their reactions. Your choices are dictated by what your deen requires of you, and you win in the end. But of course, they will. There will always be an element from among the kuffar who are particularly hostile, particularly reactionary, particularly aggressive. There were a lot of people from the Quraysh who didn't want to fight, but there were particular strains, especially Abu Jahl, who were adamant and who were inciting and who wouldn't let it go. They forced people to their deaths. This very aggressive element from the kuffar, and there's not all of them have that. Not all of them have that aggression. Not all of them have that hostility, that vitriol. They're not all driven by that hatred, but there are some of them who are, and they're always going to be there.
In America, if you are a threat, they will do as they did my native ancestors. These days, you don't even have to be American or in America. Well, that's something also that we talk about a lot in the Article 6.
Well, I don't think anyone deals nicely with anyone who they regard as a threat. The point is that their regarding of you as a threat is insane. And it's projection on one hand, and it's also fake. Because it's actually they're interested in exploiting and oppressing you. That's what they want. And it's a mistake to think that their oppression and persecution of you is legitimately based on the fact that they feel threatened. It's not. It's that and this goes back to the question about how to be in a Muslim in a non-Muslim country and not be accused of this or that or the other. You can't, because it's a fake accusation. The pretense of we find you threatening is a lie, and it's just like when a cop shoots somebody and says, "Well, I thought that the spoon he had was a gun." No, you didn't. You just want to shoot.
And this projection to the public is indiscriminate. Doesn't matter what color or what demographic you belong to.
Right. The claim of feeling threatened is just to justify. They only say that to justify oppressive, unjust persecution policies against you and your people, which they can't just openly say it's because we hate you.
Sister Michelle, I believe her but it's such a sorry state to be in. We were raised from birth to believe that we are surrounded by enemies. That's sad. That's really,
But Sister Michelle, you have to understand why that is.
Yeah.
You were raised to believe that you're surrounded by enemies because you want all of their stuff. You want to take all of their things.
And justify it.
And so therefore, to justify that, you have to say these are our enemies, because I'm about to make them our enemies. By my treatment of those people, I know that they will be enemies to me. because that's how I think. I think in a conflict mentality. I think in a conflict mindset. And I know that my intention is to steal all of these people's resources and oppress these people. And therefore, predictably, they will be hostile to me. So therefore, I am creating enemies all around me, because the fact that they have things that I want and do not have means in my own mind, they're my enemy. And I am justified in oppressing them, because everything that anyone else has is already mine, and they're thieves for taking it from me, because everything is mine by right.
Right.
And then right. And then I know that, of course, once I take those resources, they will resent that.
Mm.
So it's not, in a way, it's not untrue. You're surrounded by enemies, but it's because you're terrible. It's because you don't know how to be you don't know how to be in harmony with people, and you don't know how to be fair to people. So it's actually a confession of your own inability to get along with people.